bathroom?
Not bad enough to go in there, really.
We got the porta john over here. Man, so I gotta go pee. Their dad walked in here and it was full of mosquitoes. Oh, it ain't too bad, just a couple mosquitoes. Brandy, I think you're clear. Now there's mosquitoes in there, but you better hurry. So I'm back out here at the creek property, and we're gonna throw this pump in the back of the truck inside the tank to see if it'll pump. So I'm gonna set you guys up for a minute while we do that.
Hope it pumps.
It's submerged.
Yep. It's running. There's water. Yeah.
Yeah. I need some help, don't it? It's tired.
Yeah. I think the motor's dead.
That's why it wouldn't pump up 200 feet or whatever it is.
No, it is.
Brandy, take a shower. Okay, I think we're gonna replace the pump because it's having a hard time. It's pumping, but it's like sputtering inside here. Let me get up there and show you guys.
Yeah,
So it's pumping. Do what, Randy?
it won't pump that head pressure.
Randy, you want to help us measure it? I'm gonna turn this off. We're gonna pull this all out and we're gonna measure it. Let me show you guys real quick what it is. So there's the top, the bottom's right here. So we'll pull all of this out. That's all the hose over there. We'll pull it out and then we'll measure it. So leave us a comment down below how deep you think it is. Brandy, how deep do you think it is?
280.
Wow. Randy?
240.
I think it's 200, so we're gonna see. Leave a comment down below what you guys think.
Too bad.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hold on. I'm gonna start down here, kind of. Go to 25 foot. All right, stop. All right, so here's 25 foot, and I'll start back up right here. Right here. All right, there's 75. Now you can do a straight shot. That's 100 foot. Is that as far as it goes?
Yeah.
That's 175 foot.
Wow, that's not very far.
Well, yeah, when you're not pulling it up, it ain't.
Go all the way to the end?
Yeah, hold on. Start reeling it up. So we're at 175 feet. I think Brandy's got a little bit longer, but not much.
Would have been nice if ours we paid for was 100.
I know. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're at 175 feet. Right there.
Oh, because
So,
it only goes to that?
Yeah. So 175 feet.
Maybe 180.
Oh, Brandy's bumping it now. Between 175 and 180. 180, she said. Your daughter.
I was only 100 off.
I was closest. I said 200. What'd your mom say? 700?
280.
Jerry, you said 280? I guess I'm the best guesser around here. All right, so I guess what the plan is, I'm gonna buy another pump. We're gonna replace it, and we're just gonna dump it back down in there and then go from there. So basically all I'm wanting, I'm not wanting to hook water up to the camper or bus. I'm just wanting a faucet out here that we can have some running water out here, like if we're cleaning deer or whatever. We do have the option of clean water. We hope it's clean. We don't know. We've never had this tested or anything. Randy, what'd you do with those your shoes?
What in the world?
Those are Vincent's.
Oh, well,
Vincent's hay dudes from that camp.
Oh.
So what'd you do with mothballs?
Well, I had seen some comments and I looked it up myself. It's kind of, what's the word? Like questionable if it'll work. But I got some mothballs and put them in some little containers and made some holes and spread them out in the camper. But then you also had that tomcat, and that's what Dad says works the best. So I also put it
Oh, you
too.
put some more in there?
Yeah.
So I caught one mouse yesterday, and it could have been here from already, whenever from the other house, we don't know. But anyways, we're trying to deter them, get them away, all that. So we'll be back once we get the pump and we get it. We'll show you hooking it all up and doing all that. Someone's gonna think you're a deer if you stay out here very long. Look at him. All right, so it's been a couple days. We ordered a new pump. We got a 1 horsepower and the other one was 3/4, and we got it all hooked up. We should be in business, but we're going to test it first. My father-in-law Randy over here wired it up, and he was reading up on it that you need to test it first before you put it down in the well. I think that's a good idea because it was a pain in the butt pulling this thing up the other day. So I'm going to put it back in here, 275 gallons of water. I'm going to go turn it on, and we're going to see if we get water pumping out. A lot better than it was the other day. The other day it was like pulsing. It just wasn't right. All right, it's in.
I'll turn it off. You know how that one the other day was real quiet?
Yeah.
This one's real loud.
You have to hear it all the way over there. Max is thirsty. All right, I'd say it's working. Is it working?
Working.
So we've had to mess with this quite a bit, and I'll give you guys the details in just a minute. I gotta go over to the breaker, shut it off, but that would have hurt bad. Feel right next to my head. But we've been having some problems with the check valve, and we'll go that in just a minute. Okay, we think we got the pump figured out. We did a lot of test runs in this big tote, and it's pumping awesome up here. We had to switch out check valve, and it's working now. So we're gonna put it down in the hole, and hopefully I never have to pull this thing up again. So I'll show you guys lowering it, since I didn't get to show you guys raising it up. It's pretty crazy. That hole goes 100 and probably 200 feet, but this was at 180. I'm assuming there's 10, 20 extra foot down there. Let me set you guys up. All right, we're about to lower this down 180 foot. Something's looking up at me down there.
Will it take you less than a minute?
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna run out of space.
You're fine.
You're going in.
Way easy. My forearms aren't burning yet.
What is the rope for?
You can pull it up if you need to.
So if the pump ever comes off, what happens?
The rope just came off of that thing.
So if the pump ever comes off the pipe, at least you got it. And our rope's got us. Well, get your rope. You got it?
Yeah.
Let me get hold of the rope.
All right. We can test it like this anyways. I'm gonna turn it on.
Yeah.
Hurry before is the water supposed to come out of that?
Yeah, stand up over it.
No. Max can be the tester of that.
Turn it off.
Huh?
Tell me when to turn it back off.
Okay.
Okay, so we got a switch hooked up here at the pump itself. So we wanted to just hook this up where we can use it for like deer camp and stuff, where we just have an area that we can wash our hands and do all that stuff. We're going to put a valve out here, maybe even a hose and stuff. I didn't want to do the pressure tank because we didn't want to mess with it because it's going to be in the elements all winter long. But we hooked up a switch where I can just turn it on and off right now. So it works. Now I gotta get this all secure, get it out of the weather, but we wanted to show you guys that part. That turned into quite the job, pulling all that out, wiring it all up, and getting it to work. So what the problem ended up being why it wouldn't work the first time is we think it was the check valve, because we changed pumps, still wouldn't do it. Then we changed check valves, everything worked great. But I don't know, so far so good on the pump. We actually have running water out here now. I'll keep you guys updated once I get the rest of it hooked up. Okay, this has been like a 3 or 4 day video for you guys, all coming in together. So the last clip I think you guys seen was me turning on the well with the switch we got hooked up. So winter is coming, we're in fall right now. And let me explain some things to you with this particular well, how we got it set up. Now we have a check valve at the very bottom before the pump. And the way my father-in-law's explained it to me, it makes sense. You have to have that check valve down there. So the check valve it allows the water to go up, but doesn't allow the water to come back down. It closes off as the water comes down. So once we put a pressure tank in here and all that eventually later down the road, you have to have that check valve in there to keep that tank pressurized, if that makes sense. We could have ran all this without that check valve and just let it come up, the water come up. When you shut the pump off, it drains all the way back down. But the problem with that is, if you don't have that check valve in there, I would have had to pull this all the way back up and put one in there and put it all the way down. It was a pain in the butt. So that's why we put the check valve in here. But with that check valve in there, and the way we have it set up now, let me show you. So water will actually be up in this pipe. Will actually be in this pipe right here. It'll drain a little bit, but it'll be in that pipe. So this winter, this can freeze right here at this particular spot because it doesn't drain the water. It's not like a frost freeze hydrant where it drains out. So what I'm going to do, not right now, but I'm going to be getting a big tote or container or something, get it insulated, and we'll just set it up over the top of it during the winter time, and it should be fine. I think we'll be okay. So what I want to do now is I want to run this water for maybe 10-15 minutes, see how the water does, how the pressure does and all that, see how good this well is, see if we can run it for 15 minutes. We have no idea how much water is down there, how many gallons per minute, nothing like that. But I want to get the line cleaned out, flushed out, because it's been a couple days since we ran it. I want everything that settled down, because when we pushed everything down in there, the water got rusty and dirty and all that stuff from just us moving around inside there with the pipe. So I want to get bugs. So I want to get a test. I want to get a bottle of water out of it, and I have a tester at home. Hopefully I can find it, and I want to test the water. Now we're not going to be drinking this water. There's a bee. Get off me. We're not going to be drinking this water during the deer camp or anything like that, but we'll be using it for cleaning the deer out and all that stuff, washing our hands. And that's what I want to get hooked up for. Before we ever use this water, we'll actually get it tested in the lab like we did our well. Even though that's been capped off since we bought it, we don't know what it was before. So you want to get the water actually tested by a lab and all that. And we will do that, but not right now. Right now, I just have a tester at home that we're going to test. So let me run this for a little bit, and then also we're going to go over to the camper and I'll show you what we got going on there. And this won't stay like this, just for right now. So I'll let this run for, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, something like that, while I'm over here messing around. So yesterday, my crazy neighbor, Kevin, the neighbor that bought the land next to us, call him KB. Oh, KB, he came over here and helped me wire up a 220 to the camper. And we plugged it in yesterday, and it should be running. It should have been running all night. I want to get the freezer and refrigerator going, and so I can put some water and stuff in there and getting this thing set up for the camp. Now we do have power out here. We can have that battery bank that we brought out here for our backup. So there's the outlet we got going on. Let's go in here. It was charging the batteries last night. Let's see here. So the mice running around. Yeah, the batteries are being charged. Let's see how cold it is in here today. I'm gonna say 61. Is it gonna come on or what? 62. Okay. 62 in right now. Let's see if this got cold. Nope. That's not being on. Dang it, I forgot to turn it on. That would have helped if I would turn it on yesterday. Okay. So that's also getting cold. I could still put my drinks and stuff in here that I was wanting to put in here. It will start getting cold in here now. This is basically ready for the camp. Only thing is, I gotta get some propane out here in case we're anticipating it's gonna be cold. We got another cold front coming in, and we need some propane out here so we can run the heaters. So like I said, this has been like a 4-day, over like the last week video. When we started this video, it was like 95 degrees outside. And since then, we've had temperatures in the 40s, like low, like 40 degrees. So it's been like this since I've been filming this video for y'all. I'm gonna let that run for a little bit. I'm gonna get the water and stuff put in the camper, and then we're gonna get a bottle of water and we're gonna go home and test it. So, it was pretty cloudy still. It's been a couple days since we worked on it. You guys see that? We'll just go with that and see, test it. But it is pretty cloudy. Turn this off. That makes it super handy, because before we put that switch in, I had to go all the way over to the pole where the power comes off of to do that. So putting a little switch on there makes it super convenient for right now. But this water is a little cloudy coming up out of the well. And I do know in the bus, we put a lid on the bus, he has some kind of filtering system in there. But like I said before, we'll actually get this tested by a lab eventually. Before we ever start drinking it or anything like that, we'll get it tested for sure. But there you go. Bring my Berkeley out here, I guess, and use it. Even though there's been a lot of controversy over those Berkeleys, if they actually work or not. We got one at the house that we've been using. Water. Okay, I'm back at the house. I got Brandy, my helper, with me today. She's going to be testing. You got bacteria, Brandy, a bacteria one?
It says coliform bacteria test.
So I bought this months ago, I think. I've been wanting to test the water, but we had no way to get the water out. So right now, we're going to test the bacteria as best we can. I just dump one of these out and fill it up with this. You guys see me fill this up, but you can see the difference. How much cloudier that is.
Yuck. I don't know.
But all right,
it might not be bacteria though.
I hope not.
Well, do you want to open that?
Yeah.
Well, I'm opening this one. So
this one we can't see the results for how many? 48 hours?
48 hours. Hold
but
on.
this one we can see them pretty instant, I think.
Not touching. You fill the bottle to the shoulder. So that's all the way up, right?
I thought I said it right here.
Is that what the shoulder is?
I would think so. Set it right here.
Well, I'm holding this.
Okay. We'll save the other test. We don't need to do two.
Because you're not supposed to. Well, it's for different things.
No, those two are bacteria.
Oh, I thought you meant the other.
You just want to set it down. Fill up to the shoulder.
Yeah. I guess that's all the way up to that part, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now it says shake it forcefully for 20 seconds.
All right, let's see this forcefully shaking.
dissolve-
Forcefully, Brandy.
To dissolve the powder.
While she's shaking that, I'll show you what I got on the trigger. It's gonna take her a good 20 seconds. So I bought this trigger off my nephew the other day, and I've been using it a lot. So I got a pork loin going on right now. That's looking great. Has it been 20 seconds?
Yeah, so I'm gonna put it where it's inside, where it's 68 to 90 degrees away from direct sunlight. So I'll
Okay.
just like put it in the pantry,
Okay.
probably. But if it's yellow,
Yeah.
there's no harmful bacteria detected. If it's green, it's highly likely that there's harmful
Okay.
bacteria.
So we'll have to wait for a few days, couple days.
I'm gonna put it in there.
Okay, she's gonna put that in there. We'll give you guys the results in a few days on that. Something I didn't know this had a bacteria test in there when I was talking about it earlier. I think I still want to send it off to the lab regardless because this is a home kit. But that will tell us if there's any bacteria right then. And you guys seen I just dumped this out and filled this up, and it should be fine. We'll see. Results in seconds, it says.
Hold on.
Professional grade, simple instructions, EPA comparison.
Dip a strip for 2 seconds and remove.
Keep going.
I can't reach it.
Twist it. 2 seconds, it says 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Then what?
Okay, so the pH is maybe like
Hold on a second. Let
6.5.
me look at it. You guys can pause it and look.
Let's say the
Okay.
pH is like 6.5. Hardness, it's kind of on the in between soft and hard. Hydrogen sulfide, it's like 0.5. How do you know what it's supposed to be though?
Well, that says very hard. I have to look it up. Okay, so now we're just going to, we got the results for the well at the creek property. Now we're going to test just as drinking water. Is the bottom one getting in there? I don't think it is. There you go. All right, I'm going to write down the results as she tells me. Okay, so we did the bottled water test. Now we're going to do the rural water test. These are actually all pretty similar, but that one's way cloudier and dirty looking than that one.
The only thing, the alkalinity,
Yeah.
you know how nowadays it's like a hype thing to like drink alkaline water?
I guess.
Ours, like even the bottled water, this isn't sold as alkaline water.
No.
You know the ones that are like alkaline, I guess you'd be able to,
So here goes the rule. So we'll test
because
it.
they're acidic. pH is that low or acidic, not alkaline. That's why.
This is the rural water. We'll test it. I'll write everything down, then we'll be back and I'll show you guys the results. So we need to make, this is really interesting. So we need to make a video just on this alone sometime, testing the Berkey, the well water here, that well water, all that stuff.
The rural water.
Rural water. So here, check this out, the results on this. What we do, Randy, we did the well out there at the creek.
I put the creek, bottled water, and rural water.
Okay.
And they're all really close. The only thing is the rural water didn't have any sulfate, and these two had some, but it wasn't at a limit. It wasn't past the limit.
Yeah.
And then
Chlorine.
sodium chloride, that's salt, right? NaCl, that's salt. And I guess rural water has none, but like the well water and the bottled water had some.
Yeah.
And then like you can see the color. This one is the rural water, and it's the only one that's a green color, so that means it's more alkaline, but it's still not in the bad limit.
So there is chlorine, and you can smell the chlorine in the rural. It's 0.2. It says you can have up to 0.4. So it's
No,
saying,
4.
Or 4. Okay.
Let me see.
Does that say 4 on there or point?
Chlorine.
Yeah. Okay.
You could have up to 4, but it was barely changing color.
So that's crazy. They're all
I mean,
a little
it's
different.
good. I'm just thinking like mercury,
Yeah, and lead.
because those are heavy metals. That's the things that I'm like, well, you don't want that. And then I know when we had our well water before we built the house, it had too much fluoride.
And sodium.
When I did, mainly the fluorides were, salt and fluoride. And I was worried about like the girls' teeth, because you talk about like fluoride in your toothpaste, you want some, but if you have too much, especially when they're kids, they can get spots on all their teeth called like fluorosis. So we weren't having them brush their teeth when we lived in the camper because it was...
No, we were having them brush their teeth, but not without water.
Not with the... We were having them brush their teeth with bottled water. Yeah. And it really doesn't matter. It's more if you drink it and consume it. But just to be safe, we were like, just brush your teeth with bottled water so we didn't have to worry about it. And we did plan on, like, now that the house is done almost and all that, we're going to retest it with, like, the health department to see if you need some kind of, is it like the osmosis, reverse osmosis or whatever? Okay, so that was pretty interesting. It's actually kind of funny because these two right here, one's the spring water out of the bottle, the other's the well at the creek, and they both test like the same. Yeah. But one's cloudier and dirtier looking than the other. So I don't know. Well, so we'll wait on the bacteria test. And that's what I was going to say. If it doesn't show there's bacteria, I mean, it should be where you could drink it, but just the human eye, if you compare them, you're going to be like, I don't want to drink that. Yep. But if there's not bacteria, like you could, because... So that was pretty interesting. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Us getting the well hooked up out there. We have water. We're going to wait. It takes 48 hours to get the bacteria test. So if that comes back clean, then we could drink it for sure. Like Mandy said, it's a little dirty, but it's safe to drink. Better than the creek, I'm sure. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.